know, they're bringing back, you know, legends to try to make things happen. But the fact that you're reaching out to people you let go not even a full year ago, if that a full year ago, it's kind of like, all right, you weren't good enough for us then, but we're going to bring you back now. Do you feel like that's a slap in the face if you're these performers who just got let go and they're asking you to come back?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Like, I'm sorry. Couldn't resist that cookie. Uh, I'm very surprised about Mickey James. Um, but I understand. Uh, they quickly apologized that was not the way that was supposed to go down. As far as how they sent her belongings in the trash bag in a box and all that shit.
And I
So you
think Vince
know,
McMahon, I think Vince really feels that way. I think Vince definitely didn't know that was going to happen like that.
right? Especially to her. Okay, to her. Like that's your six-time WWE Women's Champion. That woman has
Yeah.
put on some great matches. She has definitely done some good stuff in WWE. Uh, you want to at least, I mean, especially you know you deciding to let her go. It ain't you know, and because you're not really gonna use her, then okay, cool. But you know that's really kind of messed up. So yeah, there was an apology on that, and to kind of you know help obviously help themselves, but also kind of give her that respect that hey, you know, let's try to do something. Now, how is this working? It's really not the fact, it's really more the fact that she's the Impact Women's Champion, that Impact is involved. Because she's really a free agent. She could have just you know, if she wasn't the champion right now, she could actually just show up. You know, people would just be, oh, Mickey James showed up. Oh, that's kind of odd, you know.
Right,
And there
right.
would be no real other story to it. It would be the fact that last time we knew Vince, you know, WWE sent her stuff back in the trash bag, and oh, she shows up. Like, wow, that's kind of odd. But knowing that and her, you know, resurging herself back in wrestling and going back to Impact and being the Impact Women's Champion and putting on a hell of a death match with
Yeah,
I would say Braza, which was an awesome match. That you know that has done great things for her, and with WWE being in the lack of prominent names in the Women's Royal Rumble, you know, star power, basically, man, because it's WWE. You know, they like to bring back legends and old timers and all that other stuff. And when you look at all the people you have kind of pissed off, it's like, nah, well, we're good. And a lot of people are saying we're good. Like you didn't value us. And some people are like, you know what, I'll take the opportunity and you're gonna pay me nicely for it. It's like, and I'm pretty sure Mickey James gonna get paid nicely for it. She's gonna get her little money's worth. But that's the result of it, man. Is that it's everything that we've been saying, man. It's the fact that you're not taking the time to properly groom your talent. Like I still feel like even though Bianca Belair made the best of her run towards the middle, I feel like the beginning was terrible. Like you
Yeah.
already had her really kind of losing, not really doing much on Raw. Then you bring her to SmackDown and you have her losing again. It would have been cool if she'd have got a win. You know, I should have like she should have got a surprise victory over Bailey, and then you could have built on a rivalry from that. You know, they could have went back
Right.
and forth. Like she didn't have to lose 3 or 4 times, and then you do something, and then you wait to the Royal Rumble to finally do something with her. You know, which was okay for what happened afterwards, but you know, there were still little things you could have did differently. Rhea Ripley, you could have did differently. It's so much that you could just really do different. Hell, Tony Storm, oh, you could have did that so different. Ah, okay, I'm sorry, but um, that's the issue. That's the issue, man. Too many people that folks like and want to be fans of aren't a part of the company. And when you look at the names that you're putting out there, a lot of them are people that you made look like nothing for years. That
Right.
you've made none of these people really feel like big stars. Like any of these people really got. I mean, when you really look at the men's and women's this year, dude, do you like? I can't wait till we
Dude,
get to our
the
prediction
men's side
show.
looks terrible. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I can't wait till we get to the prediction show because man, oh man, I cannot wait till we get to that. But uh do anybody look like there's a legit star? Anybody at that group, and I mean not just because you just a fan, but like when you look at the field of whatever's announced, whoever was announced for both sides, like, do you feel like I feel like this person could do it? But then you got to think about who's the champions. Now think about who's the champions.
Yeah.
So who on this current roster do you look at? That mind you, Drew McIntyre is injured. You got a Big E. You might say a Seth Rollins. You may be able to say like maybe 4 or 5 people. But outside of that 4 or 5 people who already been champion, okay, don't
Right.
give me the names of the people that have already won the World Heavyweight or the Universal Championship. Give me a name of somebody that hasn't won it, that has not won it, and can you legitimately tell me they're that new hot thing that people want to see?